Hi guys, good night. Welcome to this is the third Evilathon reading sprint already. I can't believe we're already over halfway through the month. That is crazy. Where did November go?
I know.
I'm joined by two lovely friends, Sharon and Michelle. So I'm going to let them shortly introduce themselves and tell you what they're going to read today. And let me know in the comments also if you're reading anything. It doesn't have to be for the Evilathon or if you're going to be productive doing something else. Okay, Sharon, take the stage.
Take it away. Woo.
Yes.
Oh, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Um, I am going to be reading the prompt Hypersleep for Evilathon, which is winter. And I am reading this The Haunting in the Arctic
Ah.
by C.J. Cook. I've never read anything by her before, but a lot of people recommend her because she writes, it's really kind of gothic vibes, and I love gothic horror,
Hmm.
is my favourite. Um, so it's about this ship in 1901 that takes in this woman and it all goes weird and it goes missing. And then many years later, they find the wreck and they just find a poor mutilated man there.
Ah.
And so somebody goes back to find the wreck and it all goes a bit weird in Iceland, I think it is. And so, yeah, that's all I know. I don't like to read synopsis for it. I like to go in a bit blind,
Hmm.
but it looks like it's going to be cold and it's blinking cold in Devon today.
Did you
We
get
had
snow?
Yeah, I saw.
no,
Oh,
we
okay.
don't get a lot of snow in Devon. It's got to be really bad, but it's been frosty and below zero today.
Yeah,
So
Amy posted some snow, I think, where she lives. Yeah.
and my family have had snow, and yeah, I know Amy has because Amelia has up in Yorkshire, and but no, we don't
Mm-hmm.
get snow. It was just blinking cold, but it was a beautiful, bright, sunny day, but just very cold. So it's been fine. I'm not moving much anyway. So I'm in my
Recovering.
fluffy. This is uh, this is my Elmo hoodie.
I was gonna say that red
So
is probably Elmo.
yes, well my husband, bless him, his nickname was Elmo in the Marines.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, because oh well, is our last name. So yeah, I've got a lot of
Nice.
Elmo stuff, and it's lovely, soft, and although the cats keep trying to climb inside it,
Of course.
my
they're
little
cold
Shira,
too.
yeah, my little Shira was inside the pocket earlier on because it's so
Oh, really?
warm in there.
So how
Cute.
about you, Michelle? Tell the
Um,
people who you are
yeah.
and what you're
Oh,
gonna
hi
read.
everyone. I'm Michelle. So I instead of like doing prompt by prompt, I just took inspiration from Cash's like general theme, which was
Mhm.
basically alien, Romulus,
Yes.
and alien stuff. So I'm actually gonna go with the novelization
Oh,
of the movie
nice.
Alien because it's also novelization November. So this is gonna like
Ah,
do a
double up.
double dipping. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I love the movie, and I've heard that this has like some extra scenes that are not in the
Oh,
movie.
interesting.
So we'll see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it the
I've never
first
read that.
movie, Michelle?
Yes.
First
Yes.
one, isn't it?
Yes.
I've
Yes.
never
Yes.
read any of the books of that. To be fair,
It's my first one as well.
yeah.
Okay, then you can tell us because I really like the movie. We actually got to see it on the big screen. I think it was last year. I don't know. They brought it back to the big screen, and we had never seen it in the cinema, so we went to watch it. Um, and I wonder now which scenes are going to be new because I've never read the novelizations either. So interesting, interesting.
I don't think
Mm.
that I'm not even sure I'm gonna be able to read a scene and be like, oh, this is not in the movie.
Mm,
I haven't watched it that many times to know scene by scene, but
yeah,
I'll try.
interesting. So I wanted to finish a book before London, but it didn't happen. So I am literally like a couple of chapters a way of finishing Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. And
Mm.
I'm really proud because I made a lot of people buy this book and read it since the last reading sprints.
Did you
And they're
have you
actually
enjoyed
really
it?
enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
loved it. It is a lot more gory and gruesome than I expected from Darcy
Good.
Coates because normally her books are more like hauntings and like haunted houses and ghosts and spirits and stuff. But I think I was telling the other day Amy and Shelley that this is probably a good book for Sharon because it's a bit more like gory and intense in that regard. And there are some things that I cannot say because it kind of spoils the fun. But after people have read it, please text me. Because if you read it, Sharon, then I'll let you know exactly what it is that I love about it. But it's basically a group of people that are going on a tour in winter. They're going to this beautiful lodge to spend 2 weeks relaxing, disconnecting from internet and everything because the connection there is not so good. So it's kind of like to relax. And there's some couples, that want to have a romantic getaway, but they never make it to the lodge because there is a tree blocking the way, and they end up stranded in the middle of a snowstorm. And they seek refuge in a hunting cabin, and then
Hmm.
people start getting picked, and they start being killed one by one. So
Marvelous.
they
As
don't
you
know
do.
who's the killer, because they are all getting to know each other in this trip, so they don't really know who to trust. And it's very interesting because they are all introduced, and you are trying to figure out who could it be, but then they keep getting killed and killed, and then you're like, who is it
Who's
then?
left?
Like, it's like,
Who's
is
left?
anybody gonna make it, or what's gonna happen? Like, so it's a lot of fun. So I have like a couple of chapters left, so I think I'll just finish that on the first sprint. And then
I like Darcy Coates because,
yeah,
but a lot of her haunting ones I always found a bit meh.
yeah,
Hmm.
But
that's why I think this is for you.
I really enjoyed From Below, which is
Yes.
the underwater one. I really enjoyed that one because that was really quite gory and quite creepy. And I don't like deep water, so it was good for me. But so that sounds like a good one. I've got it on my Kindle, that book.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, it's perfect for winter. So if you
Yeah.
if you need something for December, that's the one. And I also started Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. It's for this for the prompt that was to read something about a virus. And so far, I mean, I'm enjoying it. Nothing much has happened. They've just basically explained what's going on. There is this pandemic, it's kind of virus that's spreading. It's kind of like a rabies. And they are dropping, I think, medicine or something so people can try
Hmm.
to use it. I don't know. I still haven't discovered everything that's going on, but apparently we are in some sort of rabies pandemic. And I think if you get bitten, that's how you get it, kind of like a zombie thing, which makes sense because it's rabies. So we will see. But so far I've enjoyed every Paul Tremblay book. Some of them are weirder than others.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Sharon the other day, the polar bears club thing. This that was so weird. It's like a vampire book, but I've never read a vampire book like that ever in my life.
No, it's
I don't
weird.
know. It's
He is
very
a bit
weird.
strange. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is more normal. But I'm excited. I'm excited. So those are the two books that I will be reading today. And we're going to have 3 sprints as usual, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 30 minutes. And we will talk a little bit in between. So I think Andreas is here and Amy's as well.
Hi, Andreas.
Hi.
We made it back home because I guess Michelle, but Sharon and I went to York last weekend. So
It
we
was so
just made
lovely to meet, have
yeah.
cuddles.
I
I'm
got
looking
Sharon
forward to
hugs.
your hauls.
You have to come next year.
Yes. Are you doing a haul?
Yeah, I'm piling up everything that I had before Yelg. So I think I'll just make a big December book haul before the end of the year of everything that's there,
Mhm.
including Yelg and the things that I got in London. Because I also went to other bookstores and I got also some special first edition Stephen King hardcovers for my collection and stuff. So all is gonna be, I think, in one big book haul
I
to
was very
shame
restrained,
myself.
Michelle. I was very restrained because I had to carry it all
Fair.
back on the
Yeah.
train, and I'm disabled, so I had to limit what I bought. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I only bought I bought 12 and got 3 arcs, but that was enough for me. I couldn't fit anything else in my case.
Yeah, but then it
Whereas,
looks
I
around.
think you had 2 cases, didn't you, Kasha?
Yeah, I had 2 suitcases. Yeah. And I barely brought anything. Like I came to London with one pair of pants, like like the bare minimum, like a couple of different tops, and I'm like, I'm good to go. Like,
There are more
so
important things.
Yeah, the priorities, I didn't go
Yeah.
clothes shopping or anything. It was purely just books.
I
I
just
always
need
think,
to bring a bigger case next time. I only had a small
yeah,
case.
Yeah.
exactly.
So, I didn't bring many clothes with me, but it was just, and I had a nightmare journey back because they closed Paddington. So by the time I got to Euston, there was no assistance. They hadn't moved the assistance. So I had
Uh,
like a, I don't know, mile and
Oh
a half
God.
walk to the platform.
Oh God.
It was horrendous. Um, which is why I'm in a different position. I've got my legs up because my legs aren't working very well.
you're still sore from the workout.
Yeah, the MS is copper kicked in.
Yeah.
So but
But
yeah,
you said that magnesium was helping you a little bit.
it is. Well, Monday when I woke up on Monday, I felt fabulous. I thought, oh my
Mm,
god, I feel wonderful. Had a shower, did all my washing. Yesterday I was a little bit tired. Today,
mm, it's catching up.
absolutely. Well, I don't want to swear online, but you can probably imagine.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so I can move, walk about, but I am exhausted.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fair.
but it was worth it.
You
I was
made
so
it.
tired. Yeah, that's important. I was so tired that I basically came back home. I kissed my cats until they started running away from me.
Yeah, me too.
I had a shower. I unpacked all my stuff, and I asked my boyfriend to bring Chinese for dinner because I couldn't be bothered.
Mm.
So we had Chinese, and then I was already falling asleep. Like I slept so hard, I didn't even hear his alarm in the morning, which
Oh.
I always hear the alarm, always, and I was so dead. I didn't hear the alarm. Just like out, gone. So Amy's here.
Hello,
Oh, so that's
Amy.
Kev. Kev. Hi, Kev.
Hi, Kev.
Oh, the sunken land begins to rise again. Okay, for the sprints,
Sci-fi. I love
Luminous.
read the
sci-fi horror.
world. Mm.
It's one
I
of my
actually
favorite
got
combinations.
a science sci-fi horror. I will see if I can show it later. It's about they develop something to cure cancer, but then it also makes people immortal. And it's like a sci-fi horror. And I bought it because in the last hour of Yalk, they were selling hardbacks and paperbacks for like £3, and I'm like,
Wow.
I might as well just get it.
Yeah, next time I
So
come, I'm
yeah,
definitely going to stay till the Sunday. I'm
yeah.
definitely going to come over on the Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, that's when the good deals. Then they start giving you paperbacks like 2 for 10 or 3 for 12, stuff like that.
Mm.
And then you're like, okay, I'll take everything. Thank you.
Now,
Warner.
now I've been, I think I could, next time I'll know better. I think you don't
Mm,
know when you first go
yeah,
Yeah.
what
yeah,
you can do. So, so it's like next time it's like I'll be more planned.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
not next
Also,
year though. Maybe the year after. I can't do next year.
Need a
I yeah, I think they want to move it to summer, but next year they have confirmed it's going to be November again.
The tickets are gone on sale, haven't they, today?
Yeah, and
Now we've got no money.
exactly. People, that's what people are commenting. Like, we're broke, but
yeah.
thank you for
And
announcing
it's
it.
in London again.
Yeah,
Yeah. Also because, I have to pay for a hotel for all the days
me
and for the
too. Yeah,
train, and
the
so it's not
train.
just the event, it's
No.
everything around it.
No.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to rent a scooter. I have to pay for taxis
Yes.
everywhere. I can't. So it's expensive. It's probably cost me close to £1,000 for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me as well, my hotel was very expensive. And took also the breakfast included and everything, and yeah, and I stayed 5 nights, so it's a lot of money. It's not just
Yeah,
2 nights, it's five, so it's a lot of money just with the hotel. Like, that's why I tried to be more careful with the rest of the things. Amelia's here.
hi meals.
Let us know what you're gonna be reading. Is it gonna be romance? Let us know. It's probably gonna be romance.
I think she's reading Namaste Slasher by Alan Shivers.
Oh,
Oh,
surprising. Oh yeah,
She
we're
loves
getting her
horror.
into
Amelia
horror.
loves
Yeah.
loves horror.
yeah.
She loves
Yes.
horror. So yeah. Mm.
Fantastic. Okay, we're gonna do the
Sharon,
Pomodoro. Yeah.
sorry, I was gonna Sharon, are you like me? I think that you don't often like romance in your horror. Is it?
Never.
Oh no, no, no. I'm of the opinion, like in a horror films, if somebody
Yeah.
has sex, they should die violently. That's my opinion on that. I don't mind if it's kind of if it's like part of the story, but I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know. It
Because
just
the
Yeah.
makes me feel nauseous.
yeah, the Darcy Coates book I read, which is Voices in the Snow, which is also very wintry,
Ah.
well, I did not enjoy it at all because there's a very prominent romance. It was
No.
Ah.
so cringy, and the
Ah.
guy was, oh my god, no, I just couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it.
Really?
No.
Because that book has been recommended to me, so now I wonder why. Well,
But
I do like romance, but
you like
not
romance
yeah,
though.
but not mixed with my horror. Like I like either Terrifier or like Heartstopper. Like I would read either or.
No,
I don't per se like it mixed.
No,
Does that make
yeah,
sense? Like I
no,
would
no.
read like horror or thrillers or just jump to a queer rom-com or a queer
yeah.
romance novel. Like I don't like them to mix. You know?
I have liked it, but I think it's very hard to have a
Mm.
good romance without losing the point of the horror.
Yeah, or the tension or yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Interesting,
I want my
interesting.
horror to be gory and gruesome. I love
Yes.
supernatural horror as well. I like the tension. So
yeah.
I don't need sexual tension to be in that.
Yeah.
I like I like to know something bad's coming.
You need to read this book that I told you about because I think you're the only person I can recommend that book to
Oh
because it's
yeah.
really messed up. Like it's really, really messed up. So I would say only people like Sharon can read that book. It's one of those books that when I'm gonna do my wrap up, I'm gonna be like, please don't read this book.
Don't read it.
It's really depraved and really violent and really like messed up,
That's
like
marvelous.
Terrifier kind of level. So it's something I wouldn't say it's for everybody. You know what I mean? But I have to remember to don't know, Goodreads is not loading now, but I have to remember to send it to
I've
you.
got this on my
It's
tray on
called
my
the
chair and it
Mother
keeps
by
moving.
something.
Hello. Oh look, moving. There's my tree, my Christmas tree's there. I put the Christmas tree up this weekend.
Let me see. So Amelia's reading, as you said, the Namaste
Mm,
Slasher
Yay.
by our
that's cool.
Belgian author. I still have to pick it up, but I'm
Oh, it's
excited.
so good. So good.
I also need to finish European Halls. I haven't finished all three books, so I need to catch up. I need to
He's
catch
such a
up.
sweet man, Mikhail. He's such a sweetheart. I'll be to read. I draft read his drafts. So
Oh,
I've just started reading the draft of his new one. So
Oh,
nice.
but
okay.
he's an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, I follow him on Insta. He seems like a fun guy as
He
well.
speaks like 6 languages.
Yeah, well, when you
Women,
live in Belgium, I think French and Dutch are already
yeah, I think
what you speak.
his mother tongue, I believe, is Flemish.
Ah,
And so he's yeah, when we met in Birmingham, he had his friends with him. His friends had come to support him as well. And it was the first time
oh,
we met, and they were just switching between languages. It's so impressive. I just like, what I mean. I can say please and thank you and how much is a room in several languages, but I'm no longer fluent in anything.
hmm.
It's just so impressive to hear that.
Yeah, like I only speak three really like really fluent, like Spanish, English, and German. But I'm learning a little bit of Dutch, which is similar to German. But I would like to learn more languages. To be honest, I just don't have the time.
I want to learn languages to read the books in the original
Mm,
language.
I
mm.
agree. And I
Yeah.
used to be able to speak very fluent Russian because I
Oh,
taught English in
wow.
Russia, and the reason I learnt Russian was because I wanted to read Tolstoy in Russian,
Wow.
um, and especially Anna Karenina, which I loved when I was a kid, and that's the only reason I learnt Russian. But I haven't used it for so long, you lose it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hear Russian, I understand it, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't feel confident speaking it regularly because you lose the ability if you don't use it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you can maybe try to watch things like
Yeah.
movies or shows you've already seen, put them in Russia and see if
It's the
like
same
you
with
can.
Spanish. I taught
Yeah.
English in South America.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. I can understand a lot of Spanish. I just can't speak it anymore. Not confidently. I don't use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
the
think
thing. Yeah,
I think that's the thing with British people, though. We don't, because everywhere
use
we
it.
go, everybody speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes us very lazy, I think.
Yeah. But that's what I like about the UK. I can just speak English. It's easy.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Because here I still struggle with Dutch. Like I understand a lot, but I cannot speak myself. So a
Mm,
lot of times I have to answer in English. And a lot of people here speak English as well. But when I'm in the UK, I'm more relaxed because I know everybody understands.
yeah.
But I was dead with you a couple of weeks before we went to Yelk. I was determined to brush up on my Spanish so I can have a chat with you in
Oh,
Spanish, and I never got round to it, so I apologise for that.
oh no, that's fine. You have time for next time. You have
Yeah,
almost 2 years, maybe, if you don't
Yeah.
come next year. So you have
yeah.
time.
I don't think I could do next year. I think that yeah, I'm
Yeah, take a break. Okay, we're ready to go for the first sprint.
going to
So we're gonna
make a
use our
coffee.
Pomodoro kitty. So I apologize if anybody gets scared.
Meow.
Yeah, it's people's nightmare. So good luck with your books, and I will see you all back here in 40.
See.
Hello, everybody. I tried to be nice after the cat.
Hello, hello.
ASMR. Because I always feel like I don't want to scare people after the kitty cat. Okay, so let me know how that sprint went for you guys. How did you do, Michelle? Tell us about Alien.
Alien, I just read chapter one. It was kind
Ooh,
of
long
long.
chapter.
It was like almost 30 pages, but it's very interesting. I've not read the
Mm.
novelization before, so I didn't know what to expect. And it starts in such a strange way. It's like very like poetic written. So it just starts introducing the crew, and it just
Hmm.
starts like setting. It sets up like a very sci-fi, like a very sci-fi way. So you know how the movie starts and they're like sleeping in their little pods.
Mm.
Yeah.
It kind of like describes like what their dreams are like, kind of like tying it
Ah,
back to their personality and the role in the ship. So yeah,
okay.
it's super interesting. I'm very intrigued. I don't know, I don't know why I'm thinking about it. I think also because I have a bit of a book hangover because I just finished a 5-star read, so I'm kind of like still looking for that same feeling. So
Hmm.
yeah, we'll see.
Okay. It sounds interesting because the movie starts. I think they get a distress call, and then
Uh
they wake up because of the
yeah,
distress call. They wake up
Yeah.
before they should have
yeah. This is
woken
the
up.
same.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
Interesting.
but
Interesting.
also you have to go through the whole process of how they realize that they're not where they're supposed to be. Because
Yeah, yeah.
I don't remember exactly how it is in the movie, but at least in the book, the captain is the first one to notice the light, but he doesn't want everyone to panic while they're coming out of like their deep sleep. So he just kind of like
Mm,
hides it for a little bit, and then he starts telling the crew members like in order according to how he thinks they should react. So yeah,
mm,
it's interesting character work I think to have because obviously I guess the writer has to develop that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
Interesting. How about you, Sharon? How did you do?
Got about 25% in.
Yeah, because you're a
It's
machine.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really um yeah, so about nearly a third of a way through. So it's interesting. It's a dual timeline. So the
Oh,
part
okay.
of it's set in early 1900s and part of it is set like now.
Love
And
that.
so the person who's gone onto the old ship is a influencer, and they've
Oh,
gone to
interesting.
so it's yeah. And at the same time, there's this this dual timeline with this where it all went weird at the beginning. It feels very cold. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? He has that kind of feeling of being nippy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nippy. Sorry, that's a very Midlands word. Very cold. Um, and it's good. Yeah, the writing is beautiful. It feels very gothic. Has a real gothic vibe to it. So yeah, it's compelling. It's good,
Nice.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I
I've
don't know
heard.
about you, but I've really struggled this month
Mm,
Mm,
reading. And it's probably because October's such a big build up for us all, isn't it, as horror people?
yeah,
yeah.
And
I
we read
crashed
horror all
after.
year, but it's just, you want to read so many books in October that November, I haven't even got into double figures yet. And I'll read 25 books a month. I
Mm-mm.
can't just, I just don't feel like reading. I think I've
Mm.
overloaded my brain in October.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just haven't had the time. I've been working too much
And
because I
that's
had to
also
go.
a situation.
Yeah, because I had to go to London for almost a week, and then I have to go to Spain next week for the whole week. So I've been
Yeah,
preparing my work, the YouTube videos, everything has to be pre-recorded, pre-edited. So I've been so busy, I've had
yeah,
no time for reading. So I just have been a lack of time, not motivation per se. I think this month I have read 4 or 5 books, but they've been some of them short, so it kind of
yeah.
compensates, you
Yeah.
know?
I
So,
think it's the same for me. My job is I only work Monday to Wednesday, but it's so full on that I can't read in the
mm,
evenings. My brain is just stopped.
yeah, fried,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then,
I get that.
so yeah, that's Yeah, same for me too. It's the same for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
I did finish my book.
Ooh.
woo,
Right on
that's
time.
one done.
Like I had like 1 minute to spare. And I have to say, like, from some of the last chapters to the end, I kind of guessed the the person responsible. Um, so I'm shocked that I guessed it, but it's a really good book. I recommend it to everybody. I think now it's
I
my
do.
favorite by it's my second Darcy Coates book, but I like this one more than the other one. The other one is The Hunting of Ashbourne House, but I also like it because it's a haunted house story, but it's in a very small town, and this girl inherits her aunt's a mansion and she doesn't know anybody there, but she decides to move there with her cat, and they
I like
both
that one.
explore the house, and three women come to introduce themselves to her and be like, oh, we used to hang out with your aunt, whatever, and I like that kind of atmosphere, and I could connect to someone having a cat.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that one, but this one just wins over that one because of all the gore and the blood and everybody almost being dead by the end of the book. That was satisfying.
That's disappointing. They're not all dead in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, somebody has to tell the story, right?
I think with this one I'm reading, I think it's Icelandic folklore.
Mm.
And
Mm.
it's a mermaid, but it's their version of a mermaid, which is kind of a Lovecraftian, eldritchian kind of creature. So I
Mm.
think that's where it's leading to. So it's interesting.
Okay. Like I um like some historical horror or hunting houses stuff, but sometimes when it gets too Lovecraftian, it loses me a little bit. Like when it gets too weird and how do you say, like,
A bit too surreal.
yeah, then
Yeah.
sometimes it loses me a little bit, like the horror loses me a little bit. So it
Yeah.
has to be yeah.
You know what happens to me, because when I read, I imagine everything like a movie.
Hmm.
Like I
Me
imagine
too.
my brain feels every single detail. Sometimes
Yeah.
when a Sharon said it's too surreal, or it becomes too abstract and I can't
Hmm.
picture what I'm reading, that's when I start kind of like losing what the thread of the story is supposed to be. I'm just a bit confused.
And
Mm.
Lovecraft went over that line himself a couple of times. Do
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Where it was just like, and I love Lovecraft, but I've read a couple where I've just gone, oh no, you're just being ridiculous. And so yeah, this is not, it's not tipping into that kind of abstract.
Yeah.
But it does feel very kind of like a creature feature. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Like I like the Pale House Demon, I think it's called.
Yeah, I love that one. It was in an Abominable
I
Book Club,
just
that
read it
was.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was short, so it was fine, and most of the kind of Lovecraftian stuff happened at the end, so that one was good for me. But there's other books that are more cosmic horror that completely lose me. It's just
Hmm.
that I've learned it's just not my vibe.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I think
like,
if
Yeah.
it's done
yeah,
well, it's brilliant. But it's a
yeah.
fine line. I mean, the Pale
Mm.
House Devil, I really like the creature in that. I had a bit of a
I
soft
like
spot for
more
the
the
creature.
beginning, the kind of Ghostbuster kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That,
yeah,
that
Yeah.
I thought that was also a fun pairing, like someone that is alive and someone that's dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
Um, and it was really fun for me. Also, this other girl that they meet and stuff. And then when it got a little bit too surreal, it was still fine for me because it was a short tale. But those long cosmic horror, weird fiction, I've learned those are not for me.
If
It
we
is
all
what
like
it
the
is.
same stuff, it'd be a really boring world, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I can say even some authors' writing is not for me, even though I can understand why other people enjoy them. Like
Yeah,
Hmm.
Stephen Graham Jones, I have read 3 books by him now, and I've just have to accept it's not for me.
yeah,
Like I think he's a great writer. I like his writing, but it's just not for me. Like I cannot get invested in the stories. I don't remember half of the things I've read. Like I cannot get into the book, and it must be something with the writing. I know a lot of people love his books, and he's a good writer. It's just not for me. And sometimes you just have to realize, you know?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's hit and miss. Sometimes I've read ones
Yeah.
I've really liked, ones I've really loved. It's the same with me, and I know you love her, but I can't get on with Holly Jackson. I
Yeah,
can't. I find her writing really is not for me, and I've
yeah,
tried several
exactly.
different ones, so it's
Mm.
just sometimes it just doesn't hit right, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like
But you got all your
yeah,
books signed, so that's something, Kasha.
I made it. I cheated the system a
You
little bit,
cheated
but
the
never mind.
system.
That's what happens when you try to fool me. Then I cheat the
When they
system.
change the rules when you've turned up,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Then I have to do what I have to do.
have to do what you gotta do.
Yeah, so basically, for all of you that don't know, Holly Jackson, they announced one day before the signing, like not even 24 hours before, that she was only going to sign one book. And I already had my three hardcovers with me carried in my suitcase. So I
Oh
refused.
no.
So I had friends take tickets for me so I could go three times. But the second time, Holly Jackson saw me. She's like, been here before.
You're like, no.
So I
No,
explained to
there's
her the
just
situation, and she signed everything in one go. And she's like, "Don't worry." So I got everything signed that I needed. But yeah, I mean, if I would have known she only was signing one book, I would have carried one book with me. But they told me when I was already checked in the hotel with my suitcase full of books, and I was like, I didn't carry these hardbacks for nothing. So yeah, I got all my three hardbacks signed. So I was really happy.
she just must have thought, oh, there's a lot of people called Kasha at this place.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you again. That's the problem when you have a face that people remember. For some
Yeah.
reason, people remember me because last year I went to a publisher's party, and this year one of the girls that was there was like, "I know you from something. Did I see you last year?" And I'm like, "Damn, it's been a year." Like like for some reason, people remember my face, and it can be a blessing or a curse. But yeah,
We'll go with blessing, love. We'll go with a
Yeah.
yeah,
blessing.
exactly. Let's see what people have been up to. Oh, when they did novelizations for Alien and Star Wars, they wanted it to be out with the movie. Oh, I see. So the
Oh,
writers were
cool.
working from
Ah,
earlier scripts. That is interesting.
be interesting to see
So,
how it differs,
mm,
how what you're
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
reading differs from the movie, Michelle.
Yeah.
yeah, interesting. Maybe I should buy the book and then do like a reading vlog and then watch the movie and see what's
Yeah.
different. Oh, Fairy Tale by Stephen King. That's what you're reading. I enjoyed that one, but it's not my favorite because it was very much fantasy.
Fantasy rather than
Yeah,
horror. Yeah.
yeah. It
I
was
didn't
fantasy, but I
dislike it
liked
either.
it.
But yeah.
No, I didn't hate it, but
Yeah.
it's not my favorite. I just pre-ordered the new one on Waterstones because who's broke? Me. But I just pre-ordered the new Stephen
Oh,
King. It's
yeah,
coming out next year.
it comes out next year, doesn't it?
They
But
have
I
now a
don't like
50% off on Waterstones. That's why I pre-ordered it.
I might have a look. I don't like
Yeah.
Holly, see. I don't like the character of Holly. And
Yeah.
that's in that book, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's a holy. It's an holy book. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Holly book. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I didn't like some aspects of the last Holly book, which is basically the whole political thing on the first half of the book annoyed me the
Oh,
hell
it
out
went
of
hard.
it
It was
annoyed
like,
me a
oh,
lot.
we understand you're political, get over it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it
It's
went
like
on.
I understand it's important for this specific character for this and this reason because she's very
Yeah.
paranoid, like I understand why she would see things this way, but you don't have to repeat it every paragraph. Thank you very
True.
much. That's
It
the
was
part
like
that
being
annoyed me.
it was
That
like
it was
being
every
bashed over the head, wasn't it?
yes.
Mm.
At the beginning, I'm like, oh my god. I was like, don't tell me this is the day that I DNF a Stephen King book, because I was like, stop it. I get it. Like, like, but
Happens to us all eventually.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I did pre-order it, so I'm curious about the novelization of Session. And oh yeah, it's coming out next year, I think.
I
It
haven't
was
watched it.
yes, it's an underrated movie. A lot of people don't know about it, but I definitely recommend it.
It's a good film.
Yeah, it's a
Is
good
it is
film.
it is it a found footage? No.
No, but it takes place in that kind of an abandoned. I don't know if it was an asylum or a kid's
Yeah, I
something.
think I
I
think I
need to
remember.
rewatch it.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about it, and I was like, oh my god, that
Oh,
sounds amazing. I should watch it, but then I forgot.
yes. I think I own the DVD. I think I should check because I really like that movie.
You've
Oh,
closed it down now. Hang on, she's
oh,
closed
I
it down.
see. There you go.
Thank you. I do love my anthologies.
I love an anthology too. I always take your recommendations for anthologies. They're always
Yeah.
excellent.
For Halloween, they're great. Oh, Lizzie's story, interesting. Other than that, I love them all so far. Okay. Well, Lisa's story is now. Is that the one that I have? Oh, yeah. Now that's a special book for me because you know what? Last year I bought a signed copy of that book, a first
Oh,
edition signed copy by Stephen King. So now that book's special to me. I'm never gonna touch it. It's behind glass at the moment.
Oh
I'm
wow.
never gonna touch it.
that's
But
your
yeah,
pension plan there.
yeah, I saw it as an investment
Hmm.
because if something happens, or especially after he passes, hopefully in many years, but he's getting older, so I see it as an investment. Was it cheap? No, but am I ever gonna have the chance to meet Stephen King? Let's be realistic, probably not.
I mean, he's
So
starting to look like a walking skeleton, isn't he? Let's
yeah, I
be
mean
honest. He's
he's
starting
always
to
been
look
thin,
quite.
but
He's starting to look
yeah,
really his age now, isn't he?
yeah.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I know it's not gonna be maybe my favorite book per se, but now it's special because I have a signed copy of the book.
Where is he, please?
Yeah, it's the one that was written when he had the car
Mm,
accident. Oh, it was a very
Yeah.
different vibe.
I
Yeah,
do love
yeah, yeah. Fair, fair. He's had also the first books he wrote. He was on drugs, so you know, potato,
Those are still my
potato.
favourite.
Yeah,
So
that.
I have a signed. Ooh, a signed Andre's
That's
book.
awesome.
Wow.
that is very cool.
She's
Very
also one of
cool.
my favorites. Interview with the Vampire. Oh, I was obsessed with that movie as well. And
She
Queen of
did
the
write
Damned.
some
Oh,
weird
I was
stuff
so
as well,
obsessed.
though. She
Huh?
did write some weird,
Yeah.
smutty, dark romance
Oh
stuff
yeah,
that
yeah. I really
is
liked
just
the Mummy. That was very dirty. I liked it. Yeah. Yeah. I remember I was going to uni actually, and I checked out from the library The Mummy by Anne Rice, and I was expecting something more like Interview with
horror.
the Vampire,
Yeah, me too.
and I was like, "Damn!
What?
Like since when are mummies hot? What's happening? What's going on here?" But I liked it, so my friend was so weirded out he could not read it. Oh, interesting,
Yeah, it's not one
interesting.
of his best, to be fair, is it? Let's be honest.
No, I mean, from Stephen King, there's some that I love more than others, like some that I would reread anytime, and others that I
Yeah,
wouldn't per se reread. He also has too many books, so
Yeah.
that
you
is another
know,
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I've
think
read them as they've
it
come
is
out,
what
so
it
it's not too
is.
bad.
I tend to like the older ones.
Me too.
Not love them more, but I just think about them more and like want to reread them more.
Yeah,
They were far
but
more horror, and I often
Yeah.
yeah.
find actually that
Yeah.
his short story collections are far more horror than his
Hmm.
novels
Mhm.
now. I mean, I've read them as they've come out, so it's not so bad. But if you were starting to read them, it's like it would take you forever to get through them, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
still read Salem's Lot and Misery every year. They're my two favourites.
Mm.
Or Carrie. I love Carrie.
I've
I
read
love
Carrie
Carrie.
4 times.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that one is short. At least it's short.
I bought the
Yeah.
special edition, the 50th anniversary special
Oh,
edition
it's
of Carrie,
lovely. I
and
want it.
it's such a good book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made the decision of only buying hardcover Stephen King books, so I'm only holding one copy of each of his books in hardcover. I'm keeping my paperbacks until I find the hardcover. There's a couple of vintage paperbacks that I've collected that I might keep, but I'm just trying to stick to the original hardcovers.
That's an expensive habit, that is, Kasha.
Yeah. Well, it's her investment, Sharon.
Yeah, I mean the older ones are more expensive. I did
Yeah.
find a
Yeah.
very rare one now in London and I bought it. Um and I did find a first edition hardcover of Misery and I bought it.
Oh God, yes.
And yeah, but I thought, if I'm going to have a Stephen King collection, I don't want to have different sizes and different editions of
Yeah.
paperbacks. He has been published by so many publishing companies,
Yeah.
it can end up being a mess
Yeah.
on your shelf. So I'm like, I'm just gonna collect all the hardcovers. If I spend more money, then so be it. But like then it looks nice on my shelves. So that's what I'm doing. That's where my money's going. So that's why I didn't buy the 25th anniversary Carrie, because I have the first edition hardcover and I have a vintage paperback.
You don't
So
need it
Wow.
then,
I
love.
don't
You
need
don't
it.
need it.
You
I'm like,
don't
it
need
looks pretty, but I don't need it. So I
I
didn't do
think
it.
I need it.
I'm very proud of myself.
My paperback of Carrie, which I bought when it came out,
Oh,
is so delicate now that I can't open it because pages fall out.
wow.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So I thought I want to get one I can read.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I got my vintage paperback from Carrie, actually, from the Abominable book box.
Oh wow. Oh yeah,
Wow.
I remember I
Really
saw you
excellent.
unboxing and I was like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
yeah, I died that day. I was like,
Yeah,
"Excuse me, what?" It
yeah.
has on the back like the movie, so I don't think it's a first edition paperback
Mm.
because obviously it has the movie pictures on the back.
That
But it
movie's
looks really
iconic.
nice. It's somewhere. Let me see. I think I can grab it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I always get Richard Lehman in Abominable, which is
Oh yeah.
fine, but I don't collect them
Send
anymore.
them
Or
I've
to
got them
me.
all on Kindle.
Send them to me.
or
Hold
the
on.
Dean Koontz curse. I had
See,
Dean
that.
I got this
Koontz.
one on the Abominable book box.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
And
I
it's
love
like
it.
almost pristine condition, like it's, but
Yeah,
it has the movie on the
That
back, so that's why
yeah,
it's
I
not
love
the.
it.
But
my
look at this, it's cute.
my copy, my vintage copy is virtually the same cover as that, Kasha, but without the
Uh,
film on the
the
back.
film on the back, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's like basically like new. It doesn't even have like a cracked spine really or anything. Like the spine is pretty good. Like
Wow.
you
Yeah.
see, and I was
That's
like,
a
oh,
treasure.
nice.
That's a
So that's why I'm
treasure.
keeping that one, even though I do have the hardcover over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Ooh, a hardcover from the Tummy Knockers. Nice. That
Oh, I
one's
quite
fun.
like the Tommy Knockers.
Yeah,
It's
it's
really
fun.
the film is crap, but the
Ye-
actual book is actually really good fun. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, some of his movies from his books are questionable,
I
but
think I've only ever liked a couple.
yeah,
I like Misery is probably my favourite of the film ones.
that's fair. That's fair.
Even The Shining was a disappointment to me.
Let me see.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really? Hmm.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I have all of them. I have my Stephen King movie collection over here.
I really like Carrie to stay on theme. I
You like
think,
the
Yeah, that's
Carrie?
fair.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Carrie, I love.
so
Yeah.
good.
I when I was a kid, I really liked Children of the Corn.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's really good though.
Yeah,
That little
because I really
kid
like
in
the
that is
kids.
creepy.
Yeah,
And
I
this
think
is
the
very
kids did it.
controversial. This is very controversial, but I really enjoyed the new Pet Cemetery.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
We can't be
I
friends
know,
anymore.
I know it's I know it's controversial, and I understand why.
I'm
It's
I-
like
I'm sorry to end our friendship live, but
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
yeah.
So
I hated it
I'm
so
still your friend,
much.
Michelle. I,
Sharon, I think you'd like.
I don't watch a lot of films, to be honest. I get
Oh
most of my
no.
recommendations from Kasha for
Yeah,
films.
true, true. No,
Yeah.
I hated the new pet. I went so excited to the new Pet Cemetery movie and I hated it.
Like the
I'm
plotting,
just too
I
excited.
understand.
I'm too
Mm.
excited for Nosferatu now.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
me
same, same,
too.
same.
Can't wait for that to come out.
I'm really hoping it still comes out in December here in the Netherlands because I really want to see that movie.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Let me see. I haven't seen the remake yet.
Mhm.
You don't need to like. Also, the remake from Firestarter was garbage.
Oh my god, I did watch
Oh, I
that.
didn't watch
Well,
that.
no, I
No,
watched half an hour and turned it off in disgust. Yes.
that's fair. That's fair.
Whereas I quite like the TV series one they did with Drew Barrymore as the little girl.
Hmm,
I
hmm.
Mm.
quite like that.
Yeah,
Um,
but I've said it before. Mike Flanagan is doing a TV show of Carrie, so I'm really excited for that because Mike
yeah.
Flanagan
I'm still
knows
watching
Stephen King
Midnight
very
Mass,
well.
babe.
But
Yeah.
like, he's doing a remake of Carrie. He's doing a remake of The Exorcist.
Yes.
It's too much responsibility on one man.
Yeah, but I want to get one of there's some merchandising from Mike Flanagan, and it says in Mike Flanagan I trust, and I want to buy one of those T-shirts
Yeah, me too.
because that is exactly how I feel.
I
I
just
trust
finished
this
my
man with my life.
Yeah, I just finished my first rewatch of Midnight Mass.
It's so good,
So good, as good as the first time. I'm
so
obsessed,
good.
obsessed with that TV show.
I'm about
Yeah,
halfway through it at the moment.
I love it. It's
Yeah,
my favorite, and it's maybe because it's his
yeah, me
original
too.
story. Like the
That's
rest are
why,
just adaptations. So
yeah, that's why I want him to do more. I mean, as much as I'm excited that he's redoing Carrie and The Exorcist, because I love those two.
mm, mm,
I wish he
yeah.
would do more of his original stuff.
Let's see. One of the Angela Betty's pilot for a planned series that never happened. Oh, yeah. Sometimes some
Probably.
TV shows, are just they don't
Yeah.
just come out at the right time. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes
yeah,
it's just not right.
yeah. A lot of pilots that probably could have been great TV shows or adaptations never saw the light.
Mm.
Sad story. Minute of silence.
Yeah.
So for my next sprint, I'm gonna go to Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay and
Oh
try to
yeah.
figure out what's happening. All I know is that there is this woman that is heavily pregnant, and somebody attacks her and her husband in their home, so she has to flee and try to get out and try to get help. But she's also in the middle of this rabies pandemic, so we'll see what happens. And I think she got bitten. That's what happened in the first 30 pages, so it's not really a big spoiler. And she doesn't know what's going to happen because she got kind of like a little bite. So that's all I know. But at least it's not as weird as the Polar Bears Club. That book was trippy, let me tell you.
It's trippy.
Trippy, trippy. Okay,
I'm
I'm
going
gonna.
back to Iceland. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
I'm
be
back
going
to my
back to
spaceship.
Iceland.
nice.
And
We're
you're
like
going
in
back
such
you're going back to
different
the face
themes.
huggers.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like spaceship. Isn't you're in a ship?
And a
Chip.
ship.
A ship, and I'm just in a pandemic kind of thing situation. So far away. Okay, let me bring up our kitty. Bam.
I need a cup of tea now though.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I
that's a good
desperately need a
idea.
cuppa.
Great idea.
All right. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you back here in 40.
Bye,
See you.
loves.
Hello, welcome back to the reading sprints.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Let's get the kitty ready for the last sprint. Perfect. So, how did you guys do? How did you do, Sharon? So, you have your cup of tea?
Yeah, not too bad. I had to feed the cats and all of that. So I'm about 40% through now.
Perfect. That's a lot.
It's very,
Yeah.
very good. Yeah.
Nice. So, it's still the dual timeline, atmospheric.
Yeah, it's all very kind of tragic,
I love
and
that.
yeah,
Hmm.
and there's something going on. You don't really know what's going in the modern time. Something's going on, and you don't really know. And in the ancient time, you don't really know what's going on
Hmm.
either. Apart from this poor woman in 1901 is trapped on a boat with these men who want her to die. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's all very bleak,
Okay.
Mm.
So is
but it's
the
good fun.
influencer in the present time using like technology or
Yeah, so she went to the boat, and three other people have turned up now, and they
hmm,
are also kind of urban explorers. So, but
hmm,
there's something weird going on with them about what they want from her, and I think it's all to do with the idea of the Selkie wife, which is an Icelandic myth
hmm,
about if a woman who is married agrees to share her bed with the sea god and
hmm,
become part fish, then people's life will be saved. It's like a
Mm.
mermaid myth.
hmm.
But
Okay,
so I think that's it. But yeah, it's very, very good. I
nice.
should keep going.
Yeah.
How did you do, Michelle? How's Alien
Eh,
doing?
yeah, it's good. Oh, I feel like the book is so much more claustrophobic than the
Ah,
film. So I think the
Really?
film, I guess, because they have to. I don't know how they did it. If it's like a studio, I guess suppose it's a studio. But
hmm,
everything seems quite spacious, and the book really emphasizes how cramped they all are in the
hmm,
spaceship. So yeah, it's interesting how that's going to be once they start getting chased by the alien. But yeah, I love it when books give me like this claustrophobic feel.
Me too.
Yeah,
hmm,
Yeah.
and then now because you know how they're touching down on these planet or ship or whatever strange place that is sending the distress signal,
hmm,
and then things in the ship start to go wrong, and it's just such a nightmare scenario to be like there in the ship and then things start breaking and you don't know if you're going to be able to get away. I don't like
hmm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the that movie is an example. If you would have listened to the woman, none of this would have happened because
Yes.
Ripley didn't
Indeed.
want them to get into the ship because she knew that something was like the face hugger was already attached to this guy and she knew,
Mm,
so she blocked the doors, but it was a guy that actually opened the doors for them,
yeah, yeah.
so they should have listened. Just
Yeah,
say,
But
just
then there
say
wouldn't have been like 6 or 7 films if they'd have listened to
exactly.
her, would there?
But I was like, you see, now what do we have here?
yeah. And I'm super intrigued because I know that they always say that Alien is basically like a haunted house in
Mm,
space, but it's a spaceship. And I never really
mm,
see the analogy when I was watching the film. So I don't know. I'm just curious to see how that translates into book form. Don't know.
mm.
We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, the movie, I wouldn't say it's like a haunted place because it's all physical. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, that's
the egg is where the face hugger comes out of. Well, no, first the yeah, face first hugger, then comes the chest burster,
yeah,
and then he turns into the xenomorph. So that's the evolution. And so everything is tangible. So
yeah.
it's
I
an
know. Maybe you know
interesting.
what? I'm thinking that maybe I'm getting them confused with the both spaceship movies. I think no. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, no, sorry. I was not making sense at all. Um, Event Horizon is the haunted house
Uh,
in space, and Alien is the slasher in space. Now that makes sense.
uh,
Okay, yes.
yeah, Event Horizon is one of my favorite sci-fi
I
horror
love
movies.
Event
So
Horizon.
I love
good.
it.
It's so good. Yeah.
Such an underrated film.
I love it.
Yes. Yes.
And
I love it.
Alien is kind of it is kind of haunting though, because it is kind of
Mm.
possession, isn't it?
Yeah,
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 true.
So yeah, so I suppose, but yeah, Event
Temporary
Horizon is
possession
brilliant.
because
Yeah,
yeah.
once the chest burster comes out, yeah,
such a great scene, such a good scene.
yeah, I love that scene. I love
Yeah,
it a
me
lot.
too.
Yeah,
I still think that the second film is still my favourite though.
yeah, same for
Yeah,
me.
I think for me too.
Yeah, just because there's more like
Action.
xenomorphs. Yeah,
Yeah,
like the when they are trapped in there and the camera like there's this red filter on it. I love it.
Mm,
I loved it
yeah,
so
that's the
much.
part.
The
Yeah,
second one, yeah.
and also the characters. You got so much more characters, and they so
Yeah.
much more interesting, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I can see why the first one is a masterpiece, but you can see that James Cameron has touched the second one. Like I think
Mm,
yes,
you can see it because it's more of an action movie.
mhm, mhm.
So that's why a lot of people are surprised I like two more than one because one has more horror and two is more action packed a little bit,
yeah.
you
So
know?
one is kind of the cinematography is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
beautifully filmed, and it's kind of like a set piece, really. Like it's a
Mm-hmm.
almost like a company of actors working on the
Yeah.
stage.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, yeah, the second one is more fun. Let's be honest, it's
Yeah.
more fun. There's more death, more destruction. It's just, yeah, it's more fun.
Yeah. So in my reading planned, I made it to page 87.
Ooh,
About halfway
So
through,
halfway, no,
so
look.
about a third of the way through.
like
Yeah,
about third, yeah.
I'm not like you. I need more time to read. But so far it's good. I mean, it's going slow. It's just what I said, this woman is in the middle of this rabies pandemic and she's pregnant. She got bitten, so she's scared. She calls a friend and they are driving to the next possible hospital to get a vaccine to try to get help. But everything is like not tested yet. So they don't know exactly if the vaccine is going to help, how every person reacts, how quickly you're going to react to the rabies. Basically, when you get this rabies, you get violent, and before it would take people weeks maybe to get to that stage, and now it's a matter of hours for some people. Like the virus is speeding up, so it's getting stronger, I guess, as more people get infected. So she's scared because I think she's already 8 months pregnant or something, and they don't know what the effects is going to have for the baby either because they don't have any experience. So it's interesting, and hospitals are collapsed obviously because a lot of people need help. So that's all I have read so far, but I'm enjoying it. This is a little bit more grounded in reality, which tends to be my favorite type of horror. um, I like horror that can actually happen anytime, anywhere. So I just feel it's more, I don't know, it affects me more than things that are too fantastical, because it's like, for me, I think the worst horror to read is probably home invasions, because it's something that it's just happens every day everywhere, and you stop to
yeah,
think about it, it's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
horrible. So like those really hit home sometimes. It's like, oh wow, what if somebody would come into the house tonight? Like it happens. It's not like aliens in space, which is probably not going to happen to me because I don't go to space to begin with.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So let's see. Amy has joined the chat because little person, little Nathan, went to
Oh,
bed.
Cassia's just finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Amy is editing her new book, which is going to be about vampires,
Oh, I'm
coming out
Ooh.
fall
so looking forward to
2025.
it.
We've seen
Yeah,
the cover.
the cover
Isn't
is
the cover
amazing.
stunning? I mean,
Yeah,
really.
it is. It is. So she's working on her edits and then reading Dead of Winter, which I
Oh,
loved it.
cool.
So I hope you love it to the end. I know she's enjoying it because we had a talk on Instagram earlier, because apparently I made everybody buy the book. So everybody's welcome.
I
Yeah.
hope Darcy Coates is grateful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. For
yeah.
sure. Not that she needs me, but yeah. And I sent Sharon the link to a picture of the book that I'm reading.
I've downloaded it.
Yeah.
It's on KU, so
Yeah.
Oh
Perfect.
It's
yeah.
one of it's one of those books that it's just
It looks fun.
yeah, it's just like one of those books that leaves you with a sour taste in your mouth, you know? It's like there's not much positivity in that book and
Mm.
it's quite deranged and it's just very extreme a little bit in certain things. So I only feel comfortable recommending it to share.
That's why I flip between horror and YA, by the way,
Yeah.
Mm,
because I like our YA horror, but it's a lot gentler. It's not
Yeah.
scary.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
not as freaky as adult horror. So I flip
Yeah.
between the two so that I've always got a palate cleanse.
Yeah. That's
That's
why
good.
when December comes around, I just watch Christmas movies like bam.
Mm.
I love ghost stories in December.
Who's the best?
Yeah.
December is when I read ghost stories. I
Ah,
Yeah.
like really
yeah.
wintry ghost stories,
Yeah.
gothic fiction.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. I'm waiting for December to start binge watching all the Christmas movies because it's like a relax like my brain relaxes from all the horror I've
Mm.
been consuming the whole year.
I've got my DVDs out. So I've got Polar Express out
Ah,
and Home
nice.
Alone. I love Home
Mm.
Alone.
Yeah, I love it too.
The original Miracle on 34th Street, the black
Mm,
and
Oh yeah.
white one.
mm.
The original Scrooge with
Oh,
Alistair Sim
nice.
and the Muppet the Christmas Carol,
Oh, the
because
Muppet Christmas Carol is the best. Yeah.
like the lamp, not the rat, like the lamp, not the rat.
I
Yes,
haven't
love
seen
it.
that in
We love it.
ages.
I love it.
You know what I force my partner to watch every Christmas is Jingle All the Way. I
I love
force
that
him
film. It's
I
such
every
fun.
year and he's like again and I'm like it's a tradition at this point and I'm not going to break the tradition.
Mm.
I love Polar
Gremlins.
Express.
I mean, I know that's
Gremlins,
horror, but it's
yes,
also a
yes.
Christmas classic.
And now we've been blessed because Terrifier 3 it takes place around
Christmas
Christmas, so
time, yeah.
I have an excuse to watch that movie.
I like Krampus. You know the
Oh,
Yeah,
Christmas.
I have it
That's a
too. Yeah, yeah.
really, really, yeah, me too. I really love that film.
yeah.
And I've got
Yeah.
one called The 12 Murders of Christmas, which is really good.
Ah.
It's
Okay.
12 short stories,
Mhm.
all ending in death and destruction over Christmas.
Perfect. I might have to look into that one.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
very good. 12 Deaths of Christmas is called.
let's see. I
Of
see.
course.
Let's see. It's really good. I want to know when you get to the end. We need to talk. And Sharon is gonna read it in like 2 days because she's very fast, so she can catch up with
I'm not
us.
fast in November. I'm not fast this month.
It's fine. I'm pretty
I
sure
haven't
you'll
even got to
slide through
double
it.
figures this month, Amy. I don't know what's gone wrong.
I think your brain just needed a break, like
Mind you,
to
the ones I've
recover.
read have all been big books. They've all been
Ah,
400, 500 plus
Yeah,
mm,
pages.
no,
mm-hmm.
So I'm only at 9, um, which is quite low for me. But
Oh, there's a pussy coming.
it's
Pussy,
Merlina.
pussy.
Come on, Mel. Can you come and say hello to Auntie Kasha and Auntie Michelle? Come on. Come on.
hello.
He's like, no.
Come and say hello. He's honestly, he's daft as shit. He's really is. He's the saftest cat you've ever met. Come
Oh,
on then. Coming up, my little angel boy. He sleeps with me
baby.
all. Here he is. He sleeps
Oh,
with me all night. Don't you bother
Oh,
me.
oh, look at
He
him.
sleeps down the side of me with his head tucked into my neck all night.
baby.
Hello,
Hello.
baby. Yeah, we don't
Oh,
we don't want the claws in the boobs. No, no.
oh, look at
It's getting all
that.
cozy.
Look at that baby. Yay.
He's soft. He's the silliest, softest
He'll-
cat you've ever met.
Oh, yeah. My
Yes, he is.
two black boys are also the ones that are the most cuddly.
Mm,
The two black boys. The ladies, well, one of them, the young one is, but she's only 6 months old. But she
yeah.
still wakes me up and comes to sleep on my pillow and licks my face until I wake up in the morning. But
Yeah.
it's probably because she's also very young. So let's
Shira's my
see.
heart cat. She has to be
Yeah,
wherever I am.
Mm.
yeah.
And
She's
but
the boss.
he's my little. He's dribbling. Look, he's so blissed out. He's dribbling. Hello, gorgeous. I love you.
Oh,
I walked into the house on Sunday, Kasha, and he jumped into my arms.
oh. He's
He
like,
was
don't
so
never
happy to
leave me
see
again.
me.
Yeah, because he's not used to it, I guess.
Yeah.
So when you
I
were
never
gone, he's
leave
like,
him.
excuse me.
What happened?
You're right,
Where's my
Bubbles.
food opener? The world he once knew. Oh, has a slow start. Oh, the setup feels a bit too long. Oh, I see. So it's kind of like almost a novella because it's under 200 pages.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I always feel like novellas, it's not so easy to find a good pacing because you have a short amount of time to pack a punch. So
Yes.
either you start really strong, or if you do a slow build up, it has to be worth it because otherwise it's like, what was the point? Because there's not much space that you have. So interesting, interesting. Maybe it'll
The
still be good.
Emetophages is brilliant. It's a brilliant horror.
Hmm.
If you like sci-fi horror,
Hmm.
Which one?
Right.
the
This one.
Emetophages, which you put there,
Oh, yeah, it sounds great.
yeah,
I was actually just
So,
curious now and was looking up the
yeah,
description. It
sci-fi
sounds
horror.
good.
Yes.
I want more sci-fi horror, I think.
Yeah, I always say the same, and I never read it, and it's like it's on me because I just never pick up the books. I'm always like sci-fi horror. I should read more, and then the year is over, and all I read is gore and slashing
Yeah.
and some rom-coms. it's like, it's like,
a
but
little
it is
bit of
what it
what you
is.
fancy does you good, doesn't it, Merlin? Yes, it
Yeah.
does. Yes, it does, my little bubbles.
Ah, see, the new edition has the
Oh,
prequel novella too. So I guess if you want to grab it, that might be best. And you
Thank you,
get the
darling. Yeah.
prequel novella. Nice. So we're good on time. It's 10, almost 10:30 where I am. For you guys, it's probably 9:30.
9:30.
Where are you? Where are you based to, Michelle?
In
You in?
Edinburgh.
Oh, you in Scotland? Is
Yeah.
it snowing up there?
No.
Oh,
It's
Oh, sad
freezing.
face.
It's freezing cold. It's -5 degrees. No snow.
it's cold. I'm in Devon. I'm right down the other end of the country, and
Yeah.
it is freezing here too. But all in the middle, they've had loads of snow. I'm very jealous.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think yeah. I think here we're too close to the coast and it's always too humid
Hmm.
for snow.
Hmm. Here it's just been raining all day, which is annoying.
I
No,
love
But
Edinburgh. Such a beautiful city.
yeah.
yeah, I love it too.
I've never been. I should go. I've never been to
You'd
Scotland, but I've always
you'd
been.
love it.
Yeah,
Kata,
Oh,
you'd love
you'd love
most
Scotland. It's
probably.
a beautiful country.
You
Yeah.
probably have good beer for me.
It's got
I
great,
don't know because I don't drink beer.
has good
Probably.
whiskey.
Oh, I
Has
see.
good whiskey. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I used to spend every New Year in Edinburgh
Oh,
for
lovely.
years, and then I started going to the Fringe, and did that for a few years as well.
Mm.
Beautiful
Yeah.
city.
Yes.
I need to go because I love James McAvoy. So
Oh yeah.
We all love
the
James
Scottish boy.
McAvoy, darling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what can I do?
I mean, I want to adopt him because but
Yeah,
Yeah. I love his accent so much.
yeah.
yeah,
I love how you read about this.
Oh,
Ooh.
I love it. Scotland has so much
Mm,
dark and morbid history.
really,
hmm.
There's
yeah,
so
it
many
does.
things from like folklore, witch trials, the dark
Nice,
history of the medical school and the medical tradition,
nice, nice.
anatomy. So much good stuff. So many ghost stories. So yeah, I just love it so much. There's so much to learn here.
I mean, England, you guys have Jack the Ripper, so you still have something
Oh,
nice,
we have some
you know?
really good. I mean, it's like yes, the same in Devon. Lots of
Mm,
folklores and fairies and pixies and all sorts of folklore down here. UK is full of those kind of ancient stories, isn't it? Could you
mm.
stop putting your claws in my boobs, please? Because it
But
hurts
he's
me,
making
baby.
biscuits.
I know, but I didn't consent to that. We haven't
Yeah.
you haven't come up with a safe word or anything.
Yeah, that's what my cat sometimes does because he comes to bed when I'm sleeping and he walks all over me, and I'm like, no, because
Yeah.
when they step really hard in one of your boobs, not
And
nice,
he's
not
so
a nice
big.
feeling.
He's such a chunky. He's a proper chunky boy.
Yeah,
Oh.
And mainly because he's a great little thing, aren't you?
this quality content. We're talking about cats and boobs. It's
Yeah.
quality content here.
But he's really heavy. So if he walks on me, it
Yeah,
hurts.
yeah, that's the same. My other cat, other black cat, Morbius. He's also I call him the chunky one
It's
because
because
he's the
he eats everybody
chunkiest.
else's food when they finished.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The other two have their bit of food and they walk off and he just plows right through and eats the rest of it.
Yeah, that's why we say Morbius is the thief. He always tries to steal food from everybody. But that's what he
Absolutely.
knows because they found him on the streets. So he was basically getting into other people's houses that had a cat, uh
Flap. Yeah.
yeah, one of those
Yeah.
cat flap things. So he would go into their gardens and sneak into the house, steal the cat's food and then run away. So that's all he knows is stealing from everybody because he was
Yeah.
on the streets. So he's just a thief because he doesn't know.
It's the
Yeah.
same with him. He was feral, and he was
Yeah.
living in my manager at the time's garden, and they were trying to trap him because he was
Mm.
friendly, but he just wouldn't be caught. But he was 6 months old when we got him, and he'd been living
Oh.
wild. So yeah, I think it's
Mm.
just that survival instinct, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You eat
yeah.
And
when
This
now
is
he's just a pampered boy, aren't you?
yeah, look at him.
Getting a head
now he has the good
massage.
life.
Spoiled.
Yeah.
They are so spoiled. They eat better than me. Only the best.
Only the best.
Yeah, well, my cats are all screwed because we have a cat with really heavy allergies, so they all have to eat bug food.
Mm.
It is
Mine
what
have
it
to eat
is.
Wow.
special urinary food because he's got a bladder
Ah,
problem.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know that. Yeah. So, but
but
we tried different proteins and nothing works. So, the only thing that is keeping him stable is like food made out of like worms and things like that.
I mean,
So,
it's
that's good
bugs.
nutritious.
though. I mean, they are carnivores, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
And they eat bugs like out of their own free
yeah,
will. My cat loves spiders.
probably. Yeah. So that's all they eat now. Everybody's punished, like because one
amazing.
of them has an intolerance, so everybody else has to suffer.
You're famous, look, Merlin. All these people looking at
It's
you.
this guy here that has the intolerance. Say hi. It's
Oh.
my
Look at
fault.
that beautiful ball.
Yeah. Oh, he's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, why, mom? Why?
Why are you doing this to me?
Why? Yeah, but he sleeps with me. He likes to sleep like in my arms. He cuddles up to my arms and he falls asleep there. Yeah, he's very
Oh.
needy. And
Yeah,
if I
he's
turn
needy.
around in bed, he comes to the other side of the bed. He's like, "Oh, she's moving. She's
Yeah,
moving."
it's a black cat thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Black boy cat thing. That is
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
my little mini panthers.
yeah. They're very
Yeah,
cuddly.
cute.
I don't know why they get such bad reputation. They're so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna go to one last sprinteroo of half an hour.
You have
I'm
to
gonna
move,
keep
Merlin, because Mummy
reading
needs to get up.
the Bible song.
Okay.
It has a
Yeah.
slow build, so I don't think much is gonna happen. But okay, there we go. Make it count. Make it a good one because it's the last one tonight. So I'll see you back here all in 30. Hello, welcome back. Hello,
Hello.
hello. I hope
Hello,
everybody's
hello.
awake because
I've
it's
lost my
getting late.
voice apart from that.
Oh no, what have you been doing?
It always goes when I get tired.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Oh, there's a lot of cats in this room. They all come to see me. Let me show you how Drusilla is growing. Look how big this thing
Oh
is
my god,
getting.
look how big she's getting.
Look
Cute.
at this. She's 6 months old.
Little fluff ball. Oh, you're
Oh yeah, she's a
beautiful.
Yes.
Hello. Hello,
Look, those
darling.
are your aunties.
Are you soft? Are you soft and fluffy?
Oh,
Oh, she's so beautiful.
she's so fluffy. I have to brush her every day.
Oh wow.
Oh,
She has too much fluff. I've had to shower her a couple of times as well.
Wow.
I bet she's loved that.
Yeah, she's 10 out of 10 would recommend. But I'm trying to get her used to it now that she's small because the type of hair that she has is everywhere, also on her back legs and everywhere. And I don't want later for her to get dirty and the hair to get like dreadlocks almost. And
Yeah.
she doesn't let me like give her a bath. So I'm trying to get her used to baths. And after the bath, I give her many treats while I brush her. So she thinks,
Driving.
yeah, it's bribing. But I want her to get used to it because I might have to wash her more often because, of all the hair. So yeah, there's
Make.
that. So how did
Ah,
you do, Michelle? Tell us about Alien in Space.
I didn't read that much because my partner sent me a TikTok and I fell. I fell.
Ah,
I fell in the trap.
yeah. Well, you start with one, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and then it's 3 hours later, and you're like, "What happened? Where am
Yeah.
I?
So there were
Which year is it?"
when there were 15 minutes on the clock, I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah. That happens to me sometimes with Instagram reels because I have some friends that basically send me like 10 a day
me
or
Yeah.
too.
more. And then I have to check them and then I keep
Yeah.
going. And then it's like, what happened? What
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah, I know that this is really bad, but actually,
Yeah.
I can't do Instagram Reels that much because you cannot play them at two times speed, and I watch all my TikToks at two times speed,
Oh,
which is
really?
even worse. Which is even worse because then it's just like so overstimulating.
Oh, yeah. I
Now when
cannot
I
do
watch
that.
them on Instagram Reels, I'm like, this is too slow. I'm bored.
Wow.
I know
That's
it's
crazy.
terrible.
No, I wouldn't do that. I think that would be too much for me watching them on 2 times speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Sharon? What did you do?
I went to the loo and then
Fantastic.
I read. I'm at 65% now.
Oh wow, you're
Wow.
so fast.
Yeah. Sharon has a special talent for reading fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, very dark.
Nice.
So,
Nice, nice, nice.
I've had enough now. My eyes are tired.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a nice milky drink and then I'm gonna go to bed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're also gonna get ready for bed here soon because I'm 1 hour ahead anyway.
Oh
So
yeah, so late.
yeah, for me it's like 11:06 right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I
Yeah.
made it to page 118, so it's something. It's progress. More than I probably would have done without the sprints because, I always say that, but it's so true. When I'm in sprints, because I know that I'm on camera in a way, I don't fall asleep, but when I'm in bed
Mm.
with
Yes.
my
Yeah.
blanket on top and I start reading, I start falling asleep much quicker than when I
Yeah.
do reading sprints. So reading sprints are a blessing for me because
Me too.
I actually get reading done. Otherwise, I read 2 chapters and I'm like,
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
keeps
and I
me
fall asleep.
focused.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I work
same.
really well with those periods of
Yeah,
intense focus.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Me too. Because I'm like, okay, I have 40 minutes. Let's go. It's like I have this time now for this, and it's like allocated time for reading, and I have to do it because I
And I've
also
been
need to
reading all
tell you
day.
how it was. So I
I've
Yeah.
have
been reading
to.
all day. I've already read a book today. So
You see? Yeah. So,
yeah.
yeah, things are getting interesting. It's all very chaotic because obviously they don't know exactly how this virus is working. It's spreading faster. People are getting more and more violent. It's getting harder to control. So our main characters, there's two female characters, Natalie and Ramola, and they're friends. One of them is a doctor, the other one is the one that's pregnant. So they are trying to make it now to a different clinic and trying to escape the hospital because it's getting a little bit out of control. So it has that kind of vibe, like all of these post-apocalyptic movies in a way, like, well, apocalyptic because it's still happening. Like, not like Bird Box. It's more like a zombie movie, I guess. It's just instead of becoming a zombie, you just become very violent against everybody and everything around you. So, like the rabies. And yeah, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the pacing. It's kind of my vibe. I do like a lot of apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic books. I also kind of like that.
Me too.
So enjoying it so far. We'll see. We'll see. Because I know Sharon said she didn't love this one as much as others. So I'm curious to know if it's gonna be about the ending that you didn't enjoy or what happened there. So we will see. We will see. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. My favorite so far is still The Cabin at the End of the World, by the way.
Mm.
It's either that one or Head Full of Ghosts. I
Yeah.
love Head Full of Ghosts. I think that's the best, the most interesting story.
Mm.
But I
I
did
I
enjoy the cabin one too.
I think they
Yeah,
are finally making it into a movie, by the way.
Mm.
good.
Finally, A Head Full of Ghosts is becoming a movie. I
Yeah,
think there's even cast announced and everything. So,
it's such a good twist. It really
mm,
is. On the haunted house kind of thing. It's just so
yeah.
clever. Yeah.
Let's see what everybody has been doing before we say goodnight. Oh, they've reached the cargo ship. Okay, the main character has 48
I
hours of
love a ghost ship.
air.
Mine's got a ghost ship
Ooh.
in it.
Yeah, ghost ships are
Yeah.
the best. I also
Mm.
I love that idea of like 48 hours of air or like a certain
Mm.
amount of time to do
Yeah.
something. It's
What
so
would you
stressful.
do if you only had 48 hours of air?
Stress
What
Yeah.
would you do?
stress out too much.
Yeah, I like when there's timelines. That's what I'm really excited about the new Ravina Guron book because it's a book that it's based, I think, on a week or
Mm.
less. Like basically, the book starts with a girl that gets a note saying that on next Monday she's gonna die. So before
Oh.
that, she needs to figure out basically who, why wants to kill her, and all of that before her murder actually happens. So basically, solving your own murder before it happens, kind of
Does it
way.
like a
And I'm
play
really
on the
excited.
ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Hmm.
7 days and then after watching the tape.
I really enjoyed the Ravina book we read for the
Yeah,
YA book
Catch Your
club.
Death.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
really
good.
enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so good. Yeah. I told her when I met her this weekend that the first time I saw her book, This Book Kills, was when they announced the cover at Yalk like a couple
Mm.
of years back. And I saw the cover and they were doing giveaways of the proof and I wanted the proof so bad and I didn't get it. But I remember that cover, so I bought her book when it came out. And after that one we read together Catch Your Death. And now I got to talk to her properly, and it's really nice to see, how authors start because it was like her
yeah,
first book. Her cover was revealed at Yalk last year. She didn't have a table; she was just with the publisher signing, and now this year she had a workshop. She was at panels. Like it's nice to see like the authors grow, and
it
especially if
is.
you really enjoy her books. Like I really do enjoy her book, so I'm excited for the new one. Yay! Let's see. Amy's going to bed. Night, everyone.
Night,
Oh,
Amy.
halfway through the book. Oh, you still have so much. Like that book is one of those books that it just never stops like going and it's like more things happen and you're like, when is this gonna stop? When's this torture gonna end? So yeah, everybody should read that book. That's my new pitch. That's Goat's book.
I shall push it up my TBR.
Yeah, me
Yes,
too.
because I need to talk to people about it, but I can't because I feel like a lot of the things that I liked about the horror would spoil things, and it's not nice to say it. So I'm like, I need people to read it so I can talk about it. It's like for selfish reasons,
Yeah.
I need you to because I want to talk about it. Those are the best books when you're like, read this. I need to talk about it, so you
Yeah.
have to
Yes,
read it because otherwise I can talk. Okay, so we're gonna call it a night. Thank you, ladies, for joining me
No worries.
tonight, keeping
Thanks
me
for having us.
company. Yeah, it was so much fun, and I needed it after coming back from York and then going straight back to work. I just needed a little break with friends today.
Oh,
And I
it's
got
been
some reading
lovely.
done, which is
Yeah.
great. So the next sprints are going to be next Wednesday. I'm going to be in Spain because I'm getting surgery
Oh.
done. So you will not be seeing this background. So I don't know where I'm going to be sitting, but I'm going to be at my parents' house. So some funky room, who
Ooh,
knows?
new background.
Some funky room at my parents' house where I don't bother them. But yeah, so the next sprints are going to be next Wednesday. I will still post the link and everything and all of that. And for the Patreons, it's going to be this Friday. So before I go to Spain, I'm going to have some extra reading sprints, which are going to help me a lot. All right. Anything else you want to add, ladies?
No, need to go
No.
to bed.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, Andreas, for coming. Nice.
Thank you,
Oh yeah.
Andreas.
Go.
You
Yeah.
too, my darling.
Yes, thanks for coming. And I'll see you then, guys, next Wednesday. Bye. Thanks for coming. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.